Welcome to another edition of the Backyard Professor videos. I'm out here camping in Island Park. I'm going to give you a panoramic view of the campground. There's the old rig. I agree, I'm spoiled rotten. But this is a beautiful campground in Island Park. We're right in the midst of the trees and the forest. It's absolutely awesome, man. Here's our campsite. We've got a few neighbors. They're not too far away, but they're not too close and not too far away. And there's the old campfire. We're going to have a campfire tonight also. Anyway, I've been, see if I can get this situated right. Oh yeah, there we are. Here I am. Got to have my morning coffee, Mountain Dew, you know. I've been given a set of questions about the Book of Mormon. This particular individual who I have been conversing with on YouTube has given me several different issues that he says stops him from accepting the Book of Mormon. Now, there's nothing wrong with good questions. In fact, good questions are more important than the answers because it gives us an angle. It gives us a way to look at the Scripture. And that's always important. And these are good questions. They're valid questions. They're valid concerns. I don't know how many of them I'm going to be able to work my way through while I'm camping here, because I do have some fishing to do also. But let me read. Interestingly, every one of these questions have been dealt with in the LDS literature by the LDS scholarship. We have thousands of scholars who are actually going on expeditions to the places where the Book of Mormon occurred, and I have some fabulous stuff on that. But we have archaeologists, linguists, botanists, scientists, DNA experts, historians, philosophers. We have an entire cadre, an entire army of LDS scholarship that is looking into all aspects of the LDS scriptures, so that when questions like these come up, it's very exciting to see that these are also being asked by LDS scholars. We're wanting to understand the proper historical and archaeological context as well. So the one part of this question, he's conglomerated these into, you can see it's an entire page of thinly spaced typeset questions. So there's probably maybe 30 or 40 here. I'll deal with as many as I can to give you an indication of how much is discussed and how much is understood. His first question comes out really, really well, and I want to commend this person for asking these questions. It's great when we ask questions. It's good to be able to research this out. It's fun. It makes it fun. The Book of Mormon presents problems that cannot be explained away. In some regards, that's true, but in regards to these questions, that's simply not true. It's not that we're explaining them away. Rather, we are actually explaining them. And that's the difference. There really are explanations to these questions. It's exciting to share it with you. Regarding language, which is one of my favorite parts of the Book of Mormon, 1 Nephi 1 verse 2 and so on and so forth, states that Hebrews who left Jerusalem and came to the Americas spoke Egyptian. It is a known fact that Hebrews spoke Hebrew, and their records were kept in Hebrew. Egyptians were their enemies. It is absurd to think that Hebrews would have written their sacred history in Egyptian, as to think that American history would have been written in Russian. In Mormon 9:32 and 34, it states that the language was, quote, Reformed Egyptian. That's basically it in a nutshell as far as the language goes. Now, the question, the issue, can be stated succinctly in 3 sentences. The answer is going to take me an entire series of videos. Why? Because there is that much archaeology. Archaeology that has been discovered showing this is outdated. There's that much history, there's that much scriptural analysis and linguistics that have occurred within, say, the last decade or so, that shows that it is no longer absurd that the Jews spoke other languages. And I'm going to show you just what I mean. It's very interesting. I've got a very excited little visitor here. See if I can get him on camera. Oh, he's loud. What's wrong, little fella? Where are you, buddy? There he is. Well, he's excited. He is excited. There he goes. There he is. That's fun. I want to show you some of these beautiful little purple flowers. These are sticky aster, and they're absolutely all over my camp. They're absolutely everywhere. There's another little flock of them there, but they bloom in late. They bloom from July to September, they said, and they're late blooming flowers, and they're just really beautiful purple. Kind of adds a lot of nice color to the forest. You can see that. What a great camp spot. What a great camping experience. It's so nice to get out into Mother Nature. Here's my table. My wife's cooking breakfast for us. That's always nice. Bacon and eggs. In fact, I think I'm going to interrupt her. Do. Here we go. We're going to go check out the chef. Alright. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Bacon. It's bacon! Yeah, we're doing bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning. So I've got a few more minutes to keep videoing before I'm ready to eat breakfast. Alright. Come back out here into the real Mother Nature. I know I'm spoiled rotten with this camper. I love it, man. Anyway, let me explore some possibilities with you. Let's see if I can set up this camera correctly so that you can see my bright, shiny, smiling, happy face. You know, they do complain that I'm too happy. That's kind of wild, isn't it? Oh, and I've got my wrong glasses on. Hopefully they aren't going to be too dark. I'll put my other glasses on here in just a few minutes. Anyway, there's a new book on this issue of the language, the linguistic situation with Hebrew and Egyptian and Reformed Egyptian in our Book of Mormon. This is Glimpses of Lehi's Jerusalem. It was a huge conference held at BYU. The published proceedings here, now this is edited by John W. Welch and David Rolfe Seeley and Joanne H. Seeley. This is the Farms publication for 2004, so it's brand new information. And there's well over a dozen scholars who contributed. Even Margaret Barker contributed to this Festschrift, this discussion. And I wanted to talk about John S. Thompson. Now, this is interesting because the LDS scholarship has gotten serious. We're not going to get serious. We are serious. We now have not only John Gee as an Egyptologist, which I have some selections in here that I want to discuss the Egyptian language in Jerusalem at 600 BC, but we also have John S. Thompson. John S. Thompson is a PhD student of Egyptology at the University of Pennsylvania. And there's another one, Aaron P. Schad, who also has a selection that I want to discuss some things. He's a PhD candidate in Northwest Semitic epigraphy at the University of Toronto. So we are beginning to get a new, fresh crop of not only Egyptologists, but of Semitic linguistic scholars also.